Welcome to tonight's show. I am Dave Stelma. If you did not know that, I don't know how you found me. But tonight we're going to talk about, what's stopping you from starting right now today. Everybody waits till the beginning of the year to make their New Year's resolutions, things of that sort. But I'm going to tell you right now, we got 54 days to go till January 1st, and we can get, that's a huge amount of time to get a jump start. So we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more right after the intro. What's holding you back? And we don't want to hold ourselves back. We don't want to wait until January 1st to start working out, to start our business. We don't want to keep pushing that forward. I'm going to tell you the number one thing that's holding you back is fear. False evidence appearing real. That's what I always call it. But fear is what's going to be holding you back. But you got to analyze within yourself, what is your particular fear? What are you fearful of? Because otherwise you just dive right in. You know some of those people, how they seem to have everything together and you're envious of them. Why is it that they're getting ahead faster but you're not? What is that fear that's inside of you from that eliminates or holds you back from taking action every day towards your goal? Now, if you're going to start a new business, I would not wait another second, another day. Let's start planning that out. Let's get that on track, and you can be ahead of the game. Come January 1st, your wheels are turning, the gears are moving. We already have our business in place, or at least a strategy thereof that we can really start taking action in it. And as I teach every day, coach people every day, it's a matter of taking action and getting those habits. Get those habits in place that every day you just have a habit. You get up in the morning, you write that email. Or before you go to bed, you write that email. Or you get up every morning and you work out for 20 minutes or a half hour, an hour, whatever it is. It's getting into those habits and then you build upon it. Once you get one habit just solid, you get up in the morning and you do this one thing right away, whatever that is. If you're working out, you get up in the morning and you work out. And so then we're going to layer on top of that habit with another one. So now after you get that down for a couple of weeks, now you just get up automatically, you work out. Then we're going to work out, and then maybe we'll throw in 20 minutes of meditation or vice versa, whatever it is. So don't get stuck on the what so much as just the doing. Just think of it, and then it becomes habits. It's just like walking and breathing. You don't physically think in your mind. You don't technically think of how, the certain muscles that have to move as you're walking. You don't go right foot forward, left foot forward. You don't do that. But in the beginning, it was awkward as a little baby. A little awkward. You fell down quite a bit, right? So now we're going to put habits in place. I'm going to give you one great habit that you need to do every day. Every day, give thanks. We're in November. That's the thankful month. You need to be grateful. You need to be appreciative. And I want you to do, if you do nothing else as a daily habit, if you're like, I'm not going to work out, I'm not going to do anything. If you do nothing else but this one thing, wake up every morning and take 5 minutes and just say out loud everything that you're thankful for. You will be amazed if you do nothing else but that one thing each day. By the end of this month, so we're on the 7th, so by the end of the month, now in November, you will have miraculous things happen to you and for you. I will guarantee it. If you just take 5 minutes every morning and you start listing the things you're thankful for, and start out easy. If you're uncomfortable with it, start out very easy. You're thankful for the air that I'm breathing. I'm thankful for the food that I'm getting today. I'm thankful to be here another day. And thankful for family, thankful for, with myself, I'm thankful for Ember every day. I get to to be with her every day. Make that list and start reciting that out loud. Say that and take 5 minutes or take a couple of minutes and just start writing, reciting those out loud. If that's the only thing you do, all of a sudden you will see your life change just in itself. And as it says right there, the cost of not following your heart is spending the rest of your life wishing you had. Live your life with no regrets. So if we're going to start a business, and that's what I coach people on almost every day, is starting a business. We want to create habits of that business. Now, every day I do a couple of things. Every day I post on Facebook. I try to post something that is inspirational. I try to maybe post a few things that will intrigue people or have a question for them to answer. Different things of that sort. But I post on a regular basis every day. That's one thing I make sure that I do. And then I started doing. So I started that habit years ago of posting anywhere from 4 to 6 times a day. Then I started the habit of doing this show. I started doing this show every Tuesday at 6:30 Central Time. And so I had to layer it with that, and it takes time because your ego is going to talk yourself out of everything. It's going to talk you into an empty room, and it's going to close the door on it because you're going to go, well, I can't come up with enough subjects. I can't. And I went through all of this. And so I took the easy way. When I was posting on Facebook to start out, I didn't really know where my business was going to go, what type of business, what kind of code, I didn't know. But I knew that I wanted to inspire people. So I thought, the easiest way to do that is I'm just going to post memes. So I found memes on other people's Facebook pages. I found memes on different things. I came up with a few memes. I put some quotes out there, and I just threw them up, literally put them on my Facebook page, put them out every 3 to 4 hours, posted one on there, and started getting a following. It wasn't really me, it was just memes and different things that were posted on there. But I started getting people that were following it. So then I transitioned into actually posting, questions, things of that sort, and then every so often giving away a freebie or something of that sort. Like right now you can get the business startup checklist on a shoestring budget. That's my current, the first 3 steps you have to take to developing that business. And online, no website. I'm a big advocate. Let's make some money first. So it's like, let's find some ways that we can get you going. If you have money to spare, we can get you going even faster. But if you can do it just on a shoestring budget. I mean, it's just a matter of your sweat equity that's going to be involved. So that I started doing the memes, and then I layered into this show. Now the show gave a little bit more of an insight for people that don't know me. It gave more of an insight about me, about Dave. Where, who is Dave? Where does he live? What's this about? And I started just talking. So it's been about 2 years. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the likes. Appreciate it, people. But it's been, I think, about 2 years now that I've been doing that. So every Tuesday night at 6:30. I think I missed one show so far just because I was just sick. You gotta be pretty darn sick to not make it through a half hour. So start making that list. Start facing those fears. Sit down and figure out what your fear is. Why? And that's the toughest thing. If you're thinking, I can't go on Facebook, I can't talk, I don't want to reveal myself. Yeah, you can, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching videos. You watch videos every day. You can get on Facebook and just talk. And then eventually you're going to get a gathering, and then you're going to figure out what that is, what you bring to the conversation. And that's all it is. We're having a conversation. Yours is in the chat, comments, pop up the comments on there. Mine is vocal. So, I'm the one that's just sitting here and ranting and raving, right? But that's where we want to go with this. We want to start out now. We want to start out 54 days to go. I'm going to tell you about this great experience I had last night. If you follow me on Facebook at all, and if you got any of my emails, which you can sign up, just throw in the comments, sign me up. I'll send you a link through Messenger. But for the email list, if you want to get on there. But this last weekend, I finally broke down. I gave in to the auto gods above, and I found a new vehicle, a newer vehicle. And if you know me, and if we've ever had a conversation about cars, I'm a big, huge advocate of buying a used car. I'm not a new car guy because I did that when I was young, and I always say young and stupid, but young and inexperienced. And I spent the money on a new car, and the minute you drive it off the lot, it depreciates. It's just not in my blood as far as wasting the money. So went out this weekend, found a new vehicle, and purchased that vehicle, and had to come back. It's a Mercedes. It's a older Mercedes, 2009. Only 65,000 miles on it. So there you go. That's my inspiration. Just barely broken in. And so I had to, part of it was on the Carfax was that it needed that airbag replaced. So I made sure I called last night to Mercedes-Benz and got on the list, made sure it was registered, because I want to get that airbag fixed as soon as possible. So I dial in, because it says you have to call in. First I tried to go online. That wasn't working, so I had to call in to be a part of this and get on the list for the recall, airbag recall. And I got someone that just called, "Thank you for calling Mercedes-Benz. This is Victoria. How may I help you tonight?" And I was like, "I'm calling about the recall." And so a conversation ensued, and she was like, well, let's start off with what's your name? What's your first name? And I go, "Dave." And she goes, "Well, I want to thank you right off the bat for calling in about this issue with the airbag, Dave. It's Mercedes wants you to be safe while you're driving any of our vehicles, whether they're new or used. But thank you for calling in." I was just kind of like, whoa. Put it back right away, but inspirationally wise. And so next, she asked my name, and every time, I'd spell my, what's the correct spelling of your first name? And so she gets that down. She's like, "Oh, perfect." I'm like, "Perfect? My name is Perfect?" And last name, and we go on, address, phone number. And every time she's like, "Oh, excellent. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you." And she thanked me time and time again during that conversation. Now, this conversation was only maybe 2-3 minutes long. It started out with my preconception of, I'm going to call this number, this 877 number or 866 number or whatever it was, and I'm going to call there, and then I'm going to get on hold, and it's going to get this auto recording, and I'm going to have to punch in things, and that's where I was thinking it was going to be. And I got a person, and I got Victoria, and now I remember Victoria, right? And then, so she thanked me. We get done with the conversation, getting all the information. She goes in, you're going to get a letter, and you're going to get an email and a letter to follow up on that, on when those are going to be available. Make sure you call the dealership of your choice, the Mercedes dealership of your choice, to replace that, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going, okay. Nowhere in that, generally at the end of every count, you call your cable company, you call your phone company, you call anything. Then they go, "Oh, please hold to do a survey on how I treated you today." And I was waiting for that, and it wasn't. It was like, "Thank you very much for calling tonight. Mercedes-Benz and myself appreciate that you called in and took care of this issue." I was like, wow, okay. So then, I don't know, a minute later or so maybe, blink, I get an email. I'm looking, and it's from Mercedes, and it says, thank you for calling in. We would like to hear more about your experience with Victoria. It wasn't with the customer service rep you talked to. It wasn't this cold thing. It was about Victoria. I'm like, oh, I got to talk about Victoria now. And I got to rate her 1 to 5 stars. And then based upon that, they asked for a comment. If I would love to share a comment, that would really help them, know more about my experience, or if there's any way that they could make my experience better. And then it went to this screen that's on there, and I don't know if you can see that or not, but then it said, based upon your experience with Victor, and I'm going to paraphrase because I can't read that there anyway. Based upon your experience of Victoria, does she deserve, which one of these would she deserve? Or would she, you would like to have her, give her? And it was coffee, lunch, or a product. I know, I went with lunch. Ember said I should have went with product, but I went, what if they give her a little keychain or something? I didn't know what the product would be. Maybe it could be some big Coach purse. I didn't know, but I just went with lunch. I thought lunch would be a good thing. I'd love to have someone take me to lunch. But I thought coffee's okay, but I think lunch would be better, right? But this was great. I got to give Victoria a treat for being so kind and caring and making me feel special. And I sat there and I thought about that. I was like, how do we treat our clients? How do we treat our customers? How could we do that for our customers? And this gave Mercedes a great, level. They, coffee, lunch, product, what would you like to have, a present? But that gave more of a reinforced the rating scale I gave them. But beyond that, I'm going to say that they probably did, she did get one of those things, whether it's a gift card for that or whatever it was. Or maybe it's just the manager actually does take them out to lunch or buys them, a present or something of that sort. But it was just a great awakening, and I kept thinking, how could we do that? One, how can we make our clients, with me, my coaching clients, anyone that in groups and that, or courses that take my courses how can I make them feel more special like that? How can I personalize it and make them feel more special? Like Victoria made me feel. In that 2-minute conversation, I walked away going, wow, now I feel really special. Even though I'm driving an older Mercedes-Benz, she made me feel like I bought a brand new one from them. It was just such a great experience. So I want you to think about that when you're building your business, or if you have a business currently now. Take a few minutes every morning or at least tonight or tomorrow morning, and think about, how could I make my customers, my clients, feel more special? And don't just give them a nickname or something like that, but how do you ramp up your customer service level and give them more, make them feel special? Just make them really feel the love, because that's what's going to bring them back. And that's what makes them feel a part of you, a part of your team, a part of your life. And then they want to bring more people like them into your life and make your business bloom and blossom even more and more. I know Lynette has experienced that now she has a book coming out that she co-authored with, many women about their success stories. And it's a very inspirational book, from what I have been told. And I would call it the Chicken Soup for the Soul for women, and they're inspirational. And it's not, there's all different books out there, more women demographic, more men demographic. I think this would work universally for everyone. Yes, it's women it's women writing their story and that, but I think it's also very inspirational to everyone. man, woman, child. Okay. So, but thank you, Lynette, for doing that. She's experienced this where she gives excellent insight to her clients and to her tribe, and so that's a great thing. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about before I run out of time here, because I've been told I talk a lot. I've been told I say a lot of things. So no, I like to talk. But my final segment, you see that Wile E. Coyote going, help! Ask for help! Talk to someone. Message, email, whatever it is. Just ask. There's no bad question. There's no, as they used to say, there's no stupid questions. But ask, and get the help get the answers you seek, get the help that you seek. And don't try to go this alone. I wrote this in an email too this week. It's so driven into us from grade school on that we have to find and figure out things for ourselves. Sit there and figure out the equation. Figure that out until and let me know when you're done, and I'll see if it's correct, and I'll just tell you yes or no. And then, you can get feedback from other people too, but don't try to sit there and go it alone. If you're starting a new business, then seek out those people that have already had success in that type of business. Ask them questions. If they turn you away, they turn you away. You ask, they said no. Move on to the next one. Just move on to the next one. Because eventually someone is going to say yes. They're going to answer those questions and they're going to move forward. Now, if you have a question for me, feel free to shoot it to me via Messenger or email me. You can always reply to any of the emails that I send out on a daily basis. You can always hit reply and it'll come back. It'll get to me. It goes to the support number or the support email address, and then it comes to me. I'm going to suggest a couple of things. If you're procrastinating right now, you're like, I'm unsure, I don't know what I'm going to do, I don't know where my passions lie, I'm going to give you a website right now. So go get a pen, get a piece of paper. Yeah, it's instruction time. Come on, pen and paper, hurry up. Run. Got it? Are you back yet? I don't see you in the comments section. Tell me when you're back. Okay, anyway. ThePassionTest.com. 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 Go to that website as soon as we're done here. Go on, log in, do the simple test. It's free. Then you're going to put in an email address and your name. And yes, you'll be on their email list, but don't worry, it's not a big deal. It's all positive, great stuff. They're not going to bombard you with negative things or a lot of BS or something. Great people. And so go on there, take the test. It'll get your mindset going in that passion area, that positive place. It's going to get you thinking and the juices flowing in that. We want to get this started. If you're still having issues, if you're still like not ready, your ego is getting in your way. If you're still doing that, jump on for a discovery call with me. So go on my calendar. I'll put it down in the comments after I put on the edited version. Come back later tonight and I'll do the edited version. I'll have the edited version. That's what I'm trying to say. Of the show on. So we take out the intro and all that, or take out the beginning segment and that. And but go on there. I'll have it in the comment section. Click onto there. Get on for a free discovery call. And what we'll do is you answer a few questions in there, so it gives me where your mindset is. Hi, Paul. It'll give you, and then we'll just either Zoom. We'll either do Zoom or we'll call each other, or I'll call you at that assigned time. I love Zoom. People aren't acquainted with that always, but it's like Skype, but it allows, it's a better, more stable program. So we generally with Zoom, there's never the interference that you sometimes can get with Skype. But then we can see each other, you can have a conversation just like we're sitting next to each other, and it's a lot better to utilize, I think. But otherwise, if that's uncomfortable for you, we can also do via the old telephone, right? The cell phone. So otherwise, you can jump on there. If you're struggling with an idea, you're struggling with what steps to take next, things of that sort, jump on there. We'll do a quick half hour. I will then send you a message or an email with some thoughts where I think you should work on next and take it to get that jump start and get going. But that's what I want you to do. First off is go on thepassiontest.com, take that test, and that's a good thing to go to. It's free. So go on there, and you can even go on there like once a month and try to get your mind frame of where you're at. But when you take that passion test, that initial passion test, it's going to just get the juices flowing and get you going in the right direction. Sometimes Lynette, Paul knows this, when with Train the Trainer with Jack, there's an on-course and off-course practice or test that we do, or not test, but drill, however you want to put it. Exercise, that's what I'm looking for. Thank you. Exercise. Thanks, Cord. You're my right-hand man. But you go off course, on course, and sometimes that passion test can get you jumping right back on course. You can get the juices flowing. It gets you back into the positive state instead of like telling yourself how you can't do it, where I'm stuck in a quicksand and I just can't get out of this. A lot of times our ego is just going to jump and get in the way. It always does. We're not good enough. 98% of us walk around saying we're not good enough. There's something that happened to us that is going to limit our belief that we can do things. And so go on there, thepassiontest.com, take that test, come back, let me know, either message me or throw it in the comments, or jump on a discovery session with me and let me know how it worked out for you. I would love to hear your thoughts and get this party started. Let's get this party started now. We got 54 more days till January 1st. 54 days that we can, not counting today, starting tomorrow, but we can start doing it tonight. 54 days that we can start, we could probably get down at least 2 or 3 layers of habits that are going to make us a huge success jumping into January. We're not going to be those people that January 1st are sitting around going, well, I won't make my list for this year. You're not going to be that person. We're going to not be making that list January 1st about how we're going to exercise more. We're going to do this more. We're going to start our business and all that. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the likes. We're going to be that person that already is grooving it. We're already doing it. We're going to be shifting into 4th and 5th gear by January. We're not going to be the ones just starting out in 1st gear, okay? So, there's your assignment for this week. We're going to eliminate our fear, and how we're going to do that, we're going to take the passion test, thepassiontest.com. We're going to go on there. We're going to start making our list of what our fears are, and we're going to slowly knock them out. We're going to get rid of those. Remember that great customer service. Victoria is my hero. Victoria, if you're out there, I love it. I think you're the best. You're doing great. And then let's knock it out of the park. If you're having issues, remember, get on a discovery session with me. Go on my calendar. Just jump, schedule it up. I'll do all the rest for you. That's a lot to do. And then we have this guy. There you go. Big thumbs up to you. Until next week, live life to the best, and enjoy. See you next time. See you next week. Bye-bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.